bands sure know how to leave their mark.
1, 2, 3, and here we go. Here we go.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 band logos. For this list, we'll be looking exclusively at logos and symbols used by bands or musical collectives. Symbols or logos associated with solo artists will be omitted, as they are a list for another day.
Don't have to be beautiful.
Our apologies to the artist. Number 10. Steal Your Face Skull, Grateful Dead.
Must be getting early. Clocks are running late.
Kicking off our list is the icon known to Deadheads all over. While the Grateful Dead have numerous associated images, the skull, or Steely as it's come to be known, is perhaps the one most identified with the band.
When I turned 21 in prison, doing life without parole.
The logo was designed by Owsley Stanley, the band's sound engineer, and Bob Thomas, a graphic artist.
Dear old daddy, rest his soul, left my mom a heavy load. She tried so very hard to fill his shoes.
Entrenched in the festival circuit, Stanley wanted a simple but readily identifiable symbol to put on the band's equipment, and settled on a circle of blue and red before having Thomas jazz it up with the now familiar skull.
That's why, if you please, I am on my bended knee. Brother, don't you come around here anymore. Psychic spies from China try to steal your mind's elation.
Number 9. Star of Affinity or Star of Infinity, the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
And if you want these kind of dreams, it's Californication.
Described as random and meaningless by designer and band frontman Anthony Kiedis, the Chili Peppers logo came when the band's label wanted one to use for promotional reasons. Kiedis quickly drew out the 8-point asterisk, which has since been said to represent passion, courage, elegance, purity, and charm due to its color palette, or more colorfully, a butthole. Regardless of what it may or may not mean, the Chili Pepper star has served them throughout their career, and is a tattoo of choice for their legions of fans. Number 8. Sex Pistols.
I am an antichrist. I am an anarchist.
The blueprint for the punk aesthetic, the Pistols logo, was designed by Jamie Reed, who, with manager Malcolm McLaren, did much to cement the band's early image. Meanwhile, the ripped and torn style letters were cut by McLaren's friend Helen Wellington Lloyd. The so-called anti-logo has gone through slight alterations, including splitting the words Sex Pistols and changing the colors, depending on what country the image is produced in. But it remains iconic and inseparable from the band decades after their demise. Number 7. Fiend Skull, Misfits.
A chill runs up your spine, crawls into your brain. Breathings are just fear.
Known to many as that face on the IT Guys t-shirt, and to everyone else as the Fiend Skull, this ghostly vision has been in use by the band since 1979.
Silence where you hide till you sleep.
First debuting on the cover of their Horror Business single, it was inspired by film serial posters from the mid-40s.
And that climbs up the steps one by one to give you the rose that's been burned by the sun.
Mad Mark Rude is credited with the design, while the rest of the Misfits' iconic logo is said to have been made from a font lifted from Famous Monsters of Filmland magazine. Number 6. Guns N' Roses.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
While there is a flicker of debate, most agree that it was the Les Paul slinging top-hatted Slash that created the revolver and thorns of the Guns N' Roses logo.
You know where you are? You in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die.
The guitarist drew the logo by hand, taking inspiration from a Guns and Ammo magazine while he was working at a newsstand. Disagreeing with this, as is his way, Axl Rose claims the logo was in fact designed by tattoo artist Bill White. Regardless of its origin, the killer image has been linked to the band for over 20 years and is completely unforgettable. Number 5. AC/DC. Although the band already had several albums out and a strong following in their native Australia by the mid-70s, a move to American label Atlantic Records resulted in the need for a logo that was as strong as the rest of the band's image. Commissioned by Bob Deffrin and designed by Gerald Huerta, the new logo made use of Gothic font inspired by Gutenberg's Bible for a metallic flavor. With a hard-edged lightning bolt for power, it debuted on international copies of AC/DC's fourth LP, Let There Be Rock, and it's been associated with them ever since. Number 4. W, the Wu-Tang Clan.
I grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side. Staying alive was no job.
With a name that badass, you need a logo to match.
So then we moved to Shaolin Land, a young youth, you're rocking the go-to.
While the group's name was lifted from the martial arts movie Shaolin and Wu-Tang, designing duties for the logo fell to DJ and kinsman Mathematics.
Here I go, deep tight flow. Jack you stole can never get this low. I'm Terry Bomb and shit. Boom, that's warming up a little bit.
A former graffiti artist, Mathematics drew inspiration, see what we did there, from what appears to be the comic book hero known as Batman, as well as, rumor has it, a 40-ouncer and an off-market herbal jazz cigarette.
First of all, who's A&R? Mountain climber who plays an electric guitar.
The resulting logo is a badge and brand, worthy of the hip-hop legends that serve under it.
And I'm the dirtiest thing in sight. Matter of fact, bring out the girls and let's have a word fight. Yeah, Tang, Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang.
Number 3. Kiss.
You show us everything you got. You keep on dancing like a really gets high.
Following a name change and the addition of guitarist Ace Frehley, the Kiss logo first appeared hand-drawn on a show poster masking the band's old name, Wicked Lester. Frehley, who designed the logo, stylized the dual S's after lightning bolts. However, not everyone saw it that way. Due to the all-caps presentation, many in the American South took the name as an acronym for Knights in Satan's Service. While in Germany, many linked the S shape to the Nazi SS. This has led the band to create an alternate logo for that country, replacing the stylized S's for 2 backward Z's. But that hasn't taken away from the logo's power and recognition. 2. The Ramones seal, the Ramones. Designed by band friend Arturo Vega, who also served as their lighting director in addition to producing the band's t-shirts. This logo has been a punk seal of approval since the 70s. Following a visit to Washington, D.C., Vega used the presidential seal as the basis of the logo, adding arrows of strength, replacing the olive branch with an all-American apple tree, and adding a baseball bat for baseball. The seal scroll, which reads "Hey Ho, Let's Go," is a nod to the Ramones' first single, Blitzkrieg Bop.
Hey, oh, let's go! Hey, oh, let's go!
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
She's up all night to the sun.
Can't barely stand on my feet.
When the music's over, so go down to Brighton. I must have played them all. You can be closer to God. Don't talk about anything else. We don't wanna know. This is not a rock song.
Number 1. The Tongue and Lips, the Rolling Stones.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of a well and taste.
Created by John Pash, the most famous logo in rock and roll was intended to honor Kali, the Hindu goddess of everlasting energy. But it's also clearly an homage to Stones frontman Mick Jagger. The red lips first appeared on the Rolling Stones' 1971 album Sticky Fingers and went unaltered until 2012, when it was given a mild update by artist Shepard Fairey to reflect the band's 50th anniversary. With its lapping tongue and suggestive nature, it's the perfect image to capture the Stones, and one of the most famous logos in rock and roll ever. Do you agree with our list? What's your favorite band logo? For more iconic top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.